Well, hi there. It's Lisa from Lisa's Paper Passion coming to show you all these beautiful flowers. So I saw this flower idea. It was like a quick tutorial, you know, the ones on Pinterest that are like 20 seconds crammed into 2 seconds. And I really enjoyed watching her make it and then the outcome. That's how it looks on the top. Gorgeous. And then the back. Okay, so I can't tell which one was my first one, but all of them have a back now. That way you can attach it. But this is all made from book paper. I get old books from the thrift store for $1, $2, and I use the paper, and I'll show you right now. So this is a tutorial on how to make one of these. And if we have time, I could show you kind of the rough version of this one. It's the same concept, it's just not circles. Okay, so what you're gonna need is a gun, a glue gun, glue sticks. You can also make it with wet glue. It'll just be kind of harder to manipulate when you're pulling it off the cup, which I'll show you right now. Okay, so that, it doesn't have to be this brand, and any type of glue actually. You're gonna need a cup. In the tutorial, they use the Solo red cup, so whatever you had, I just got these from the Dollar Tree. It was like 3 or 4 of them for $1 or something. And then what I did is I cut it so that this is the original size, I think. Yeah. So I cut, you just cut the top of it off. I mean the bottom of it off. And as far as the height of it, it really doesn't matter because once I show you how it's gonna go, I mean, obviously you don't want to work with the whole cup. You want to work with, you know, maybe a couple of inches. Let's see. Let's take a look. Huh? This is about 2 1/4, but to about 2 inches is fine. And then you can experiment and make the cup smaller. So I use the bottom of the cup on this one for a smaller flower, and then today I cut the top one and made it smaller from the middle. I don't even know if that makes sense, but and I used this one by mistake, but you'll see the flowers kind of come out the same. Okay, so for today's tutorial, one more thing, 2 more things. You're going to need a circle punch. You do not want to sit there and cut circles out unless you have time. And this particular one that I used for all of mine is 3 inches wide. Okay, and you want to take the backing off because you're gonna be cutting paper out. So so this is the book paper. I just use old book paper. I don't know what book. Sometimes I look at the words, and you just cut it out. You can cut out 2 at a time, just like so. I'm not gonna do another one because my birds are sleeping. So so this is what you get. And earlier today I made a whole bunch of it because you don't want to stop and cut, so just have a good supply to start. And I don't know, I don't count the number of ones that I do, I just start doing it. So don't ask me how many I used, or you can count while I'm doing it. Okay, so actually I'm just going to put some scratch paper underneath it. Okay, so the cup you're going to turn upside down. And you got your glue gun all hot and ready to go. So for the first layer, you're going to use 3 circles. You do not want to glue this down, okay? Because if you glue it down, then you're going to have a cup flower to walk around with. So you just basically fold it against the edge, just like that. And if you have, if your paper is kind of older paper, book paper like mine, it might tear a little bit, but that's okay. I don't mind because it adds to the grunginess of my flowers. So this is the first layer. Again, do not glue the first layer to the cup or else you're not going to be able to move this. And that's how it looks from this side. So now you take the glue out. And what I do is I just kind of layer it between the 2 petals right there. So I'm going to put glue as long as it doesn't touch the cup. And it's very therapeutic to make these. You just want to like tap it down and move on. Okay, see, this next layer has a piece of the cup right there. Do not glue the cup. You want to glue this part of the paper and that part of the paper So I didn't put any glue right there, and just overlap it. The words don't matter as far as how they go. This one has a little bit of the cup. After this first layer, it gets much, much easier because it doesn't have any cup involved. And it gets hot, so be careful. I use the high temperature on mine. Okay, so now there's no cup showing. So now what I do is I just kind of look on the inside, or you don't really have to. If you want a beautifully layered flower, then you want to alternate as much as you can. I just kind of just do it from visually. Sometimes I look inside the cup, but as you'll see, and if you want to slow this down to see, again, I don't count the number of flowers. It takes a little bit of time, but it's very time consuming. Sometimes I just use one hand and then I just tap it down. Almost burnt my finger. There's really no rhyme and reason as long as you keep overlapping. And I'll flip it right now to the other side so you can see. So see, the concept is half of the flowers being built on the outside and the other half on the inside. So magical. I love it. These are very therapeutic to make. I gotta find a small cup or a smaller way to make small flowers because I want to make like a whole, I want to get a canvas and put all the flowers on them. And I really, really like the look of the book paper because I don't know, something about book paper that makes it so grungy and beautiful. But of course you can use scrapbook paper. I would recommend double-sided paper because if you just use one-sided paper, I haven't tried it one-sided paper. This is the only one that I've tried. You can use, the only other thing is if you use really thick paper, you'll have really thick flowers and you might not be able to manipulate the petals. So again, I'm not really paying attention to like how it's looking right now. I'm just overlapping, making sure that each layer is overlapped, and still working with my stack of paper. Now, as you get more and more into it, of course, this inner circle is going to get smaller, which is what you want because see, now you're building the flower from the inside. And eventually that hole will close, so you'll have the inside of the petal. I even thought of like getting vellum. I don't know, my mind started wondering of other materials that I could use, which is why I ended up with this one, with the Tim Holtz tissue paper. That probably will be a separate tutorial because this one's going to take a little bit to do, but as far as like punching out the circles, I do a bunch of them at one time while watching TV. It's noisy, but I just do it like on a break at work or whenever I have extra time. That way this part of it can go easier. Let's see, our circle is closing, which is good news. I challenge one of you out there to count how many circles that I used. I should have done a giveaway. See how many. And as I get closer to the middle, like I'm not pressing it down as much because I want to build the petal. But you'll see, you'll like feel the resistance and it won't press down that much anymore because the paper is building up. So don't fight it to make it like in the very beginning while we squeezed really hard. Don't do that like towards the end. Just kind of start using the back of your hand, see? Oh, it's so beautiful. I don't know who thought of this, but okay, I lost track, but it's okay. No one's gonna notice except me. The best part is at the very end when you pull the flower off the cup. The other day I did one and I think I glued something to the cup. That's why I was like reminding you guys not to do it because then it becomes part of the cup. So what I usually do towards the end is I have the back ready, and the back, well, actually the bottom that I used, you could tell where I got that chipboard from. I use this tape. I think I use this tape or something to make the circle. Oops. Recycle, reuse. Just anything that makes a perfect circle. And you're not going to see, like looking at this, you're not going to see the whole back part. But you need a back part because, see, I got to talking and forgot to press that one down. Circle getting smaller, sneak peek. And then if there's glue bits at the end, you can just poke them out. I did one earlier and the glue was so hot that my hand was burning. So I just kind of press it lightly now. As long as it gets an adhesion, then it doesn't matter. See, towards the end, like I'm not squeezing down, because again, if you squeeze down, you're gonna mess up your flower. We're almost done. We got maybe 4 or 5 more petals to go. Refill my glue stick. Again, you can do this part with wet glue, but you could see how fast I'm going with the hot glue. And if you use the wet glue at the very end, when you pull it off the cup, you're gonna have to let that sucker dry for a couple of hours, or it's gonna really mess up your flower. So to make your life easier, just use a hot glue gun. That's the moral of the story. There's another one. See? And then what I kind of do is, you're gonna love this part. Look at how beautiful that looks. I kind of see if I still see my finger or something in the back, then you know you kind of have to keep going. I even thought about I was playing around with the glitter paper because I was thinking, oh, how pretty would that look to have like the glitter on the inside. See, but you can't really see it. But if there's like thin vellum glitter, you can experiment with it. This could be even like a kid's project minus the hot glue gun. And then the kids can reveal what they made at the very end. And it's pretty cheap. I mean, if you're using book paper for a couple of bucks, if you're using a paper cup from the Dollar Tree, see, it's getting close, but we need a couple more. I hope you guys like this tutorial. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. That helps me a lot. Like the video, share. I will be doing a giveaway soon to revive my channel. I haven't been posting a lot. Okay, I think we're done. So kind of the final pat down, as I would call it. Ta-da! Isn't that gorgeous? It's just like a melange of layers. Okay, so right now what I'm going to do, this is kind of the glue still settling. I'm not going to move it just yet, but I'm going to put the glue down on the back. I'm not going to put any middle because it's not going to really touch it, so I'm just going to do the perimeter. I'm going to press it down. Watch your fingers. Ouch, that was hot. And then I'm just going to let that hang out for a second. So this is what we created. We're not done yet. We're going to pull it off the cup right now. But while that's cooling for a couple of seconds, I guess I could show you just real quick how I did this one. This one, it was the same exact concept, but I kind of played around with the edge scissors because I wasn't going to cut circles out of this. So I basically tore a piece off, then tore it in half. Very, very rough flower. I was just kind of playing around with it. I just cut with the edge scissors at the very end, just so that they have shape, and the edges is what really shows. And then remember, the first layer, we don't glue it down. So I just patted it down like this with the pattern side showing this way. And then I'm not going to keep going, but I did 3 pieces. And then as you build that, this is kind of what I got. And then I just messed around with it to fluff it up a little bit. Okay, I think we have let some time go by. You want to see the magic refill? Reveal. I said refill. Goodness, what am I thinking of? Okay, so now this part, like you could see, it's like not stuck, but pretty well on there. I kind of clean up the blue glue stuff from here, not the blue stuff. Okay, so now I kind of just I get like a good grip. You're not gonna mess it up. Just get like a good grip from the back and move the cup off. And ready? Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? This makes me so happy. And then you can fluff up the petals, bend them back a little bit, maybe the outer layers, do whatever you want. So now I'll add this new beauty to the other beauties. So far I've made 2, 4, 6, 8 of them. So I'm thinking about creating like a collage. Let me know how many I used because I'm really curious. But yeah, they each kind of turn out different. The middle parts, some of them I feel like I use more petals than the other. I mean, they feel pretty substantial. I mean, not really heavy. This is one I made earlier during lunch. And then, oh, these initial ones I made with a different color book paper. So these ones are definitely heavier. So, yeah, I recommend you use like a thinner book paper. These first ones I made, I could tell the difference because they're thicker. You probably can't, but I can. So I think these were my initial ones. But once I mix them in, nobody's going to be able to tell. So that's my goal. I was even thinking of and playing around with these little cones. If you have these cones, like I put one of them on, this one on top, like it's for decoration, or through here, like table decorations. I don't know, different ideas. Use your imagination. It doesn't have to be book paper. Definitely double-sided, because as you could see, we're seeing both sides of the paper. I haven't tried fabric. I was going to try fabric next. But anyway, hope you like my tutorial. Hope it was easy to follow. These are very addicting, so get those circles cut. Get your cup ready to go. Try different sizes. You can even try different circles. This is just the one that I use. I use the 3-inch one, but I'm sure you could use a smaller circle. I don't know about going larger than this, because then the flowers will be giant. But hey, who knows? Use your imagination. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video. God bless you, and see you later. Bye.